I am the God man, living, learning his plan. This is teaching, never preaching, I'm the future advance. I'm the reason that you're reaching to the knowledge in this season. I'm the universe, lyrically in tune to work. My black magic beat is savage, so this music is my passion. I use a verse to break the spell, but the devil did his work on the small minds while he running his turf. Rap niggas want respect, but these chickens are jerked. Talking spicy, love money, love sex, dummy. Love disrespect instead of building connects. To be the best of ourselves on this planet called hell. I see a lot of Satans having your conversations about your life within the matrix, but you never learn to change it. Practicing your rituals to keep us in your cages, and my people do the same thing to keep us in that placement. Arguments of hatred, it stops with my engagement. We gotta step within our greatness. We gotta set the record straight. We gotta step within our greatness. We gotta set the record straight. We gotta step within our greatness. We gotta set the record straight. We gotta step within our greatness. We gotta set the record straight.
Peace. It's funny how people in this day and time love to cosplay people that they don't like. It's kind of weird. Like, if you think about it, and I'm not saying all of them, all people from other races, but I'm saying a good amount of people from other races, other genders, there's only one other gender. So people like to play, like, you got men that actually don't like women that change themselves into women, and then have a problem with the women that don't like what they're doing because, you know what I'm saying, they want to be them for some reason. You got not just certain white people, but like, you got Asians, you got all different types of people that want to be black, but they don't like black people. I think it's weird. You know what I mean? Usually when you want to be somebody, right, you admire who they are. Like, when I grew up, my favorite rapper was Method Man, right? And Nas. So when I started writing rhymes, I was writing the way I thought they would rap. You know what I'm saying? Because I idolized them at the time, because I didn't have my own style of my own, and they had a dope style to me. Their shit was like top. You couldn't tell me nothing about them. And even to this day, they're still like the dopest MCs that I've heard. You know what I'm saying? Now, you got people that just like with the whole Michael Jordan, LeBron shit, there's people that hate LeBron and there's people that hate Michael Jordan for no reason. They play basketball. A lot of these kids play basketball, but they don't respect nothing. They don't respect the history. You know what I'm saying? They don't respect the sports culture. They don't respect like who opened the doors. None of that shit. Regardless of how you feel about Mike, you feel like the competition was weak. You got dumbass YouTubers on here, right? That literally spend all their time trying to disprove that Michael Jordan is not the GOAT. You got a bunch of YouTubers on here trying to disprove that LeBron is not the GOAT. First of all, that statement is not actual factual in the sense like it's who you like. But you want to influence a sea of people to not like Michael Jordan, which is not going to work with somebody like me, because I grew up watching Michael Jordan, just like there's people that are like LeBron, right? You're not going to change people's minds on who they like as a basketball player and who is the greatest to them. My era, it's all Mike. We, you know, I watched Michael Jordan from the time he got into the league to the time he retired, and now he's like a fucking sneaker mogul. Regardless of how you feel about him and all this other stuff, that's who he is. But also, you got to understand something about Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan opened the doors for a lot of basketball players to become millionaires outside of the sport. His Nike deal was second to none. Nobody was doing what he was doing. Plus, he gave people the opportunity to be under the brand and then create their own sneakers. You know what I'm saying? He was the pioneer of that shit. And y'all disrespecting him, y'all wearing Jordans, and you're saying that he's not the GOAT. This is weird. And this is the era that we're in. You know what I mean? You had a girl come up on I don't know if it was TikTok or YouTube, whatever. I seen it on Instagram or something like that. She said that Prince's music wasn't that good. I think everybody in that era was high, so it sounded good. This is the shit that they think. You know what I'm saying? This is the shit that they think. You know what I'm saying? The way that they think, the way that people think is weird. You know what I'm saying? It's like you think like this because it's cool to you guys not to respect history, not to respect the guys that pioneered certain things, like even hip-hop. These young cats don't know shit about hip-hop culture, don't know shit about the struggle, don't know shit about the history, don't know shit about the elements, none of that, to the point where now you even got some older dudes that wasn't really into the culture when they was younger, they was only into the music. They're saying, well, what are we talking about these elements and da-da-da-da? Yeah, that's goofy. You know what I mean? And I'm saying that because for somebody who respects the culture, we've always dealt with those elements. We've always dealt with those 4 elements, and we never said we created them. Right? And I know Melly Mel said we, where is we from? Because we're all one. That's why we say we. See, that's an ancestral, that's a respect for our people and knowing that we are one, which is why people like me don't seek to kill my own people, because we know that we are one. We know that things that are done by black people, which you said out your mouth, right? Because he said it. Oh, this started with niggas from the Bronx. You said niggas from the Bronx. I know what that means. You know what I'm saying? And it's just funny how like people just don't respect nothing. They don't respect anything. They don't have a clue on why they dislike certain shit. Why? It's weird. You know what I mean? You don't like certain things. Why? What is the problem with this particular event or this particular person or these particular people? What is it? Why do you have to disrespect people that came before you, that opened doors for what you're doing now? Oh, well, he's not better than... And it's like y'all having these dumbass arguments and just let the people play and create their mark. But you want to sit there and say, well, comparison game. Like, what's the comparison thing for? Like, what is that? Like, I never looked at things like that because no 2 people are the same completely. You know what I mean? Differences. See, there was a thing that Muhammad Ali said, and I totally agree with it. He said, we're not all the same. Some people are God's people. And some people operate on the devil's level, right? And I always noticed that white folks back in the 60s, right, always said some shit. When he was interviewing with certain white people, they always tried to convince him that society made us different. We're all the same. God created all of us. But you know, there's a lot of holes in that statement from you guys when you say God created all of us, we're all the same, or we have intelligence. Not all of you have intelligence. Because a person who has intelligence, right, rarely gets mad at shit. And I'm saying like things that occur in life and stupid shit that people do, they rarely get mad at it. You know why? Because they know better. And they're already doing better. Not intangible things and shit like that. We're talking about like in life, we're thinking better because we don't have time to think at a low level. We don't have time to argue with people. You know what I'm saying? You say what you say, you keep it moving. Back and forth sometimes happens. Just like I did a couple weeks ago, but I wasn't even mad. You know who was mad? The person that was going back and forth with me, because I don't know that person. So why should I get mad at them? All I'm gonna do is just entertain myself. If that. But a lot of times I don't entertain myself with dumb people. You know what I'm saying?